Welcome to MGB227 Entrepreneurship. I hope you like a challenge because the unit is designed to be a challenge. It is different than I suspect most of the units that you've done in the past. One of the obvious differences is that it's delivered over 3 Saturdays in weeks, at the end of weeks 3, 8 and 11. And it's designed that way to create opportunities for you to be self-directed in your learning, to be able to take responsibility for your contribution to the group work that you'll do, and for you to be tested in a way that the knowledge that you acquire at the start of the unit, for you to be able to move that forward and apply it and get feedback, revise it and apply it again as you're going through. This is very common in the way that entrepreneurship education is delivered globally. It's not something where we just want you to learn about something. We want you to learn for it, and we want you to learn through it. And we want the expectations that you develop on the way through to be tested. Now, many of your expectations will be proven wrong, but the way in which the assessment's done in this unit doesn't penalise you for having incorrect expectations. It's how you respond to the meeting of reality and your expectations. That's what you're going to be tested on. So the unit starts with a pretest. The pretest is not a straight out examination of your ability to understand certain information. It's a process of getting you ready to participate in that first workshop so that you can come along, you understand the theoretical concepts that we'll be working with, and you're ready to learn how to apply them and use them to solve problems. So that's the first thing. Make sure that you don't get off to a slow start in the unit by ignoring what's sitting there for you in the learning resources area of Blackboard. Everything you need will be there. And the first thing that you need to be concerned about, and the only thing you need to be concerned about before workshop 1, is the pretest. Make sure you know all the concepts in your own mind, what they actually are, and you'll be fine. After we've done the workshop, you'll be working with your group and you'll be trying to solve a real life problem that an entrepreneur is dealing with right now. And you'll also be encouraged to engage in a process of reflection. And there are learning guides associated with the unit, and clearly there's a learning guide for you for your process of reflection. You may not be familiar with reflecting, you may not have done it before, you may not even understand what's the value of you doing this reflection. We want you to be able to internalize the learning that's actually happening through the unit. It's not a unit for you to memorize things so that you can sit an exam at the end. There is no exam. We want you to learn about the world, your relationship to the world, and your way of making sense of that relationship. And the personal learning statements will give you a great opportunity for you to do that. The actual project that you work on during the semester with your group will enable you to try and solve a problem. You'll have an opportunity to put forward what you believe is a compelling strategy. You'll get feedback from me and the entrepreneur related to your project area, and that will enable you to then take that feedback away and then think, what are we going to do with this? Are we going to keep doing the same direction we're going on, or are we going to change in a different direction? Are we going to try and revise our strategy in an entirely different way to try and get back into the game in terms of your marks, in terms of the response from your entrepreneur? And those decisions will be all entirely up to you. You're going to be assessed not on whether you had the best strategy, but in your ability to follow the process. So throughout this entire unit, I want you to remain very focused on the process. That's what we're trying to actually give you the opportunity to follow, a process. We know we can't guarantee that you'll all have a brilliant outcome in terms of the idea or the strategy that you come up with, and so we're not overly worried about assessing that. It's the process that you've been engaged in. So if you have any queries, if you have any questions, get in touch with me, have a chat. I'm a very, very easy person to work with. We've got another educator, Angela, who'll be working in the unit with us as well. So you'll have two people that you can be chatting away to. And it's going to be normal for many of you to be unsure about how the unit runs, because it may be quite a different way to what you've experienced in the past. Just contact us, email, phone, give us your questions. There will be optional online tutorials and optional face-to-face tutorials for you to be a part of. You don't have to. If you think you're comfortable and able to engage in that process of self-directed learning, then knock yourself out. If you're unsure, if you would like to dig deeper into some of the issues around this process, then come along. Some of them are face-to-face, and some of them you can do online. So whether you're at work, during the day, or at night, we think we can accommodate your learning needs on the way through. Any other questions? Just come back to us. Let's have that conversation. The unit is designed to test you, to push you and to stretch you, and hopefully give you something to reflect upon at the end, so that you can learn something very, very valuable, not only about entrepreneurship, but about yourself. The unit is very much focused on you, the learner, and your ability to think entrepreneurially, and I look forward to being able to work with you across the semester.